Nitin, can we start the presentation, please?
Yes, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm here to take you through a case, how we effectively use sponsorship for our campaign, Dealers Add Color. Media has always been a form of cultural glue, leaving people entertained. Back in the day, advertising was all about jingles. Today, we are exposed to hundreds of commercials, but they are rarely as powerful as they were in the past decades. In such noisy and fragmented market, standing out is considered mandatory for all the brands. And brands are bravely taking every possible route to differentiate. Sponsorship is one such wholesome experience that allows the brand to differentiate. But surprisingly, the tradition of sponsorship originated because of Doordarshan's scarcity of funds, where initially it was used as just a still ad. In 90s, the role of sponsorship evolved, yet majority of the brands hesitated to invest. 2000s was the time when many marketers realized the importance of sponsorship, but used them only for building reach, while today they excel in evaluating sponsorships. The most common use of sponsorship is restricted to anchor mentions, Astons, L-bands, etc. However, the question is, do they even help the brand to differentiate? Even if we were to extend this to celebrity endorsements, it is difficult for a consumer to differentiate, considering that each of the celebrity is associated with multiple brands. It therefore becomes imperative to evaluate and effectively use sponsorships. However, sponsorship calls for huge investment, so it is even more important to have disproportionate business return. Hence, one such use of sponsorship to give very high return is our campaign, Dealers Add Color. While sponsorship on the same property can be used by different brands, it is crucial to understand how the sponsorship is being used to drive business results. Let's see how we smartly use the sponsorship to drive the business results.
आज आपने इतने सारे कैरेक्टर्स इतने सारे मूवीज में किए, सबसे इंस्पायरिंग कैरेक्टर कौन सा था?
सर ये जो आपकी एंट्री हुई थी ना, इस तरह की एंट्री मुझे भी चाहिए और ऐसे फुलझड़ी वाला घूमे और मैं ऐसे दौड़ करके इधर घूमूं, ये तो हमारे लिए कर सकते हैं भाई साहब।
आज उनके साथ इतने बड़े हस्ती के साथ आज इंटरेक्शन किया है और ये चीज हमें प्रेरणा देती रहेगी कि हम आगे वाले आने वाले टाइम में और टारगेट्स करते रहें और आगे बढ़ते रहें।
আজকে তাদের স্পেশাল ডে, এশিয়ান পেইন্টসের ডিলার যারা আছেন তারা এসেছেন দাদাগিরিতে পার্টিসিপেট করার জন্য। ইটস এ স্পেশাল মোমেন্ট ফর অল 12 অফ देम। তাই হোক এশিয়ান পেইন্টসের ইজ্জত का सवाल है। এশিয়ান পেইন্টস কত সালে প্রতিষ্ঠিত হয়? অপশন এ 1942, অপশন বি 1952। दार्जिलिंग 1932 एब्सोल्युटली राइट दार्जिलिंग तो एशियन पेंट से 4 जन मालिक की नाम Who are the 4 owners of Asian Paints? Asian Paints से टैगलाइन होती है हर घर कुछ कहता है तो आज कहने का बारी है आप लोग का सिर्फ घर नहीं कहेगा आज आप भी कहेंगे दादागिरी के इस प्रोग्राम में
Asian Paints honoring top performers of Ultima Protect. Welcome Mr. Mohan Hankal from Vivin Agencies Mavelikara. பார்த்து நின்றேன் பொன்வானமெங்க கண்ணீராய் தீருமா
As a result of the on-air sponsorship, festive period trauma for a mature brand like us spiked up by 800 BPS. Brand imagery of Asian Paints being a leader in the category went up by 600 BPS. We went beyond the way sponsorship is being used and crafted experience for our dealer community. Instead of working solely towards creating brand awareness and moving the mind measures, we focused on driving business outcome. When we say business outcome, this activity of ours gave us an incremental business of 380 crores. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please? Hello.
For the second presentation, entry ID 3029, Waymaker, Cadbury Dairy Milk, Making India Generals, one thank you at a time. I'll repeat entry ID 3029. Over to Waymaker.
All right, doing a quick audio check. You guys can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect. I'll present my screen.
Okay. Yes, we can see the screen as well. We will let you know when to start the presentation. Just give us 1 or 2 minutes. Jury members, please do let us know once you're done with scoring for the previous entry, so that we can move on to the next presentation.
I'm just going to reset.
Yes, so you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our presentation, where we got Indians to say thank you with a Cadbury. As a marker of happiness, Cadbury Dairy Milk needed to bring this happiness to even more people in our next phase of growth in early 2020. A study revealed that India ranks the worst in terms of power distance. There exists a strong hierarchical bias where we treat services rendered as part of the job, disregarding without any gratitude the effort and diligence invested by the other person.
Your screen is not on full screen.
Oh. All right, let me reset.
Yeah, no problem.
My apologies.
You can start it once again, don't worry.
Okay. Okay, I'm just going to. Okay, now hopefully you can see the full screen.
Yes.
Oops.
Still.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, I had figured this out last week and somehow. Okay. Hopefully this should work. I will adjust the window. Just 10 more seconds, judges. My apologies to keep you waiting. This window.
Sabira, you want to go next? I think we can ask somebody to present. Okay, then you can figure out.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the help.
What I'm saying, Kavita, you announce the next case study, please.
Sure, sir. Okay, moving on to the third presentation. Entry ID 3042. Mindshare, Boost Stamina Meter, a new currency in town. I'll repeat entry ID 3042. Over to Mindshare.
Just give me a second, please. I'm just getting ready. Yeah, okay. Just a second. Yeah.
Are you ready, Mayor sir?
Yeah, I'm ready. That's
all right. You can start the presentation. Your time starts now.
Good morning, Sharks. My name is Mehzad and I'm one of the co-founders of Stamina Meter. So Sharks, in the last couple of years, our generation has seen an evolution in fitness culture. Thanks to tech, we can track live body movements, posture, heartbeat, sleeping patterns, nutrition, and all of this information gets collated in a single app or wearable. Now, the inception of this technology for fitness comes from the world of sports. And one of the key brands associated with sport, and especially cricket in India, is Boost. I'm sure most of y'all are playing out the line in your head, Boost is the secret of my energy. Yes, this mainline communication has been etched in our minds since the 90s, with brand ambassadors like Kapil Dev, Sachin Tendulkar, MS Dhoni, Virat Kohli. A strong player in the southern region with almost 50% penetration, Boost decided to launch Pan-India in 2020. As I already said this, but we, the 90s kid, might remember this line subconsciously of Boost is the secret of my energy. But today's generation, they have all the information and data points around sports, like vertical leap jump, duration of a match, distance covered in kilometers. They want to know more. They want to know what is the secret of their energy. And the answer for that lies on the bottle itself for the last 30 years. And that is the key proposition of Boost 2, 3x stamina. Now, sporting personalities are top of the mind when we think of stamina. It blows our mind when we watch these personalities perform at their best. And while there are multiple performance ratings across the ecosystem, globally, no sport, no broadcaster, in fact, no brand also, quantifies the most crucial aspect in the world of sports, stamina. We leveraged this opportunity to create a unique product and introduced a first of its kind currency that measures real-time stamina scores and ranks players basis their stamina display on field. A product that was powered by data and driven by performance. The Boost Stamina Meter. Now, using cricket as a starting point, we developed a data model using 30 plus parameters such as running between the wickets, time spent on crease, diving catches, and more. And we are aware that stamina is complex. So to stay on top of the salience game, we decoded stamina in a visual form, but we had to deploy it. After 6 months of lockdown and no sporting event, IPL came as a ray of hope, and Boost used this opportunity. Now, we all know that we got to break our banks when we want to invest in IPL, right? But instead of exploring a traditional model of sponsoring IPL or any IPL team, we took a strategic decision to launch Boost Stamina Meter by sponsoring and co-creating segments on Disney Plus Hotstar and CricBuzz, where the actual player conversations happen. In the pre-match shows, dedicated segments spoke about top players on the Stamina Meter leaderboard. 30 plus experts, commentators, cricket journalists like Harsha Bhogle, Virendra Sehwag, and more shared their in-depth understanding of highs and lows on the Stamina Meter. We tagged key moments during the live match by bringing in player stamina scores and taking sponsorship on scoreboards of CricBuzz. Not just that, we associated with the best players in the game to bring alive the value of stamina in the performance of a player. All our efforts ensured that Boost Stamina Meter became a part of all IPL conversations, wherein fans actually started to begin interacting and referring to the leaderboard. Let me now show you an AV.
The Boost Stamina Meter made its first appearance at the Indian Premier League. We opened the innings with solid partnerships. Stamina scores of 184 players were displayed in real time.
जसप्रीत बुमराह 80 पॉइंट्स के साथ बूस्ट स्टैमिना मीटर में अपने टीम में टॉप पर हैं।
Leading commentators and experts reiterated the impact of stamina on a game.
We have the Boost Stamina Meter.
He batted throughout the inning, 120 balls, and then he's come out and he's been on the field for the next 17 overs as well.
Boost Stamina Meter में से पॉइंट देने पड़ते तो आप उनको कितने पॉइंट देते? 100 में से 100.
Fans were hooked on to insights behind competitive stamina scores. Key moments during the game were leveraged through 500 plus contextual creatives. Boost Stamina Meter built a one-stop destination for all things stamina. The campaign garnered 35 million video views, a whopping 4 billion impressions with 95% positive sentiments on social media. Market share increased by 900 basis points. Aided awareness increased by 1,000 basis points. It generated 4 times the value of a typical IPL campaign. Not just that, Boost Stamina Meter created an answer to a very important question in the world of sports. What's your stamina score?
So Sharks, in short, we took the brand promise of stamina, added tons of good data, created an enduring brand asset, and Stamina Score itself became the media deployed across all our sponsorship segments. The Boost Stamina Meter was ranked amongst the top 3, yes, the top 3 recalled brand campaigns without sponsoring IPL. These media partnerships not only helped us deliver in terms of brand scores, but instead of, as I already mentioned, instead of breaking our bank for IPL. With an investment of just 5 crores, we generated a 4x value. This model can now be replicated by sponsoring multiple sporting leagues and deep integrations within gaming and wearables. Investors across the globe and India have recognized and appreciated the Boost Stamina Meter. So Sharks, I'm here looking for an investment of a gold in this category to take the stamina score equity of our campaign to 100. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mirza. Jury members, please do vote for this entry and please let us know once you're done so that we can go ahead with the other presentation. Smita, can you call out The presentation details.
We are moving on now. We are doing this.
The previous one, 3029.
Okay, so second presentation, that is entry ID 3029, Waymaker, Cadbury Dairy Milk, Making India Generals, one thank you at a time. I'll repeat, entry ID 3029, over to Waymaker.
All right, doing a quick audio check.
Yes, we can hear you. And
okay, I'm just attempting to adjust the share a portion of the screen box, and somehow it's just not.
instead of going to the presentation view, you can do it on normal full screen mode, right?
That's actually fine, just as well. I mean, we can roughly see everything.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure this out when Mehrzad was presenting. Can you see my full screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, can you still see my full screen?
No.
Okay, you can see the presenter view.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm assuming you're seeing part of the presenter view now.
Correct.
Okay, I'm not able to figure it out. So,
Sabita, I think that's perfectly fine. I don't think I don't have a problem. I don't know about the other judges and all, but I'm good.
It's no problem. Let's just continue.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Perfectly fine.
Thank you. Well, firstly, thanks for being flexible in the light of technical issues. I'll start with my presentation. Welcome to our presentation.
Your time starts now. Go.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our presentation where we got Indians to say thank you, one Cadbury, with a Cadbury. As a marker of happiness, Cadbury Dairy Milk needed to bring this happiness to even more people in our next phase of growth in early 2020. A study revealed that India ranks the worst in terms of power distance. There exists a strong hierarchical bias where we treat services rendered as part of the job, disregarding without any gratitude the effort and diligence invested by the other person. Our egoistic entitlement makes us refuse to even acknowledge them, making them invisible. But it is this exact set of people who make our lives easier. Hence, Cadbury Dairy Milk set out to melt this power distance with a simple creative device, thank you. However, while we were all set to launch our campaign early April 2020, the nation was forced into a lockdown in March. The resultant impact on the economy led to salary cuts and job losses. People were struggling to make ends meet. At such a time, not only were we forced to pause our launch efforts, but we were now faced with two critical challenges. Firstly, with the Prime Minister thanking the frontline workers, almost every brand jumped onto this message, and rightfully so. However, this would dilute our message of gratitude, no longer enabling us to stand out. And secondly, chocolates were the last purchase item on people's minds. Amid a halted economy and job losses, people were purely focused on buying the essentials. As a brand that stood for happiness, we wanted to revive this optimism in human beings. We didn't just want to revive the chocolates category that was losing its relevance day by day. We also wanted to revive the hope for a better shared future. The government focused their gratitude on our healthcare workers, supported with various public gestures. But there were many more people who made our hardships a little easier to bear every single day. Armed with this insight and to ensure our campaign cut through, we reimagined our campaign on the principle of valuing the undervalued. While most brands were thanking the medical staff and frontline workers, there were a lot of other people whose efforts were going largely unacknowledged. And that is why our campaign didn't focus only on gratitude, but also on empathy. As we embarked on crafting an integrated approach to bringing this to life, we approached various brand partners. While sponsorship deals usually focus on logo placements, in-program integrations, and presenter mentions, to name a few, how often do you see a media partner who also became a participant in your brand campaign? We partnered with the biggest brands across India, inspiring them to participate in our campaign by thanking those working behind the scenes. Further, moving from merely storytelling, we evolved to story doing. We launched limited edition packs where we replaced our logo with thank you in 8 languages. Let me share more details on how we brought this campaign to life.
Cadbury Dairy Milk embarked on an effort to identify and thank the most underappreciated people around us. By partnering with one of the largest networks in India, we worked with 14 popular protagonists who thanked their assistants, makeup artists,
perfect
and spot boys. As a special gesture, Z Network aired credits at the beginning of programs, a departure from the regular practice of crediting production teams at the end.
इसलिए आज कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क और जी के साथ मिलकर हम इन सभी लोगों को इनके योगदान के लिए कहना चाहते हैं एक मीठा सा थैंक यू।
Filmfare 2021 saw Spot Boys and background crew receive the award for Best Movie of the Year.
ये अवार्ड एक्चुअली सर टीम को दिया जाए, फाइनेंस टीम है, एडीज हैं, उनके नाम ये अवार्ड है। Thank you, sir.
Sportscasters thank their own background crews who helped keep cricket alive when all other live sporting events were shut down due to the pandemic.
Thank you so much for taking care of me. हमेशा आप मेरी चाय का बहुत ध्यान रखते हैं. Thank you, sir.
Made our life very comfortable so we can concentrate on what we have to do in the commentary. So a little thank you from us. So thank you, gentlemen.
Mumbai Indians thank the efforts of their support staff.
इस बार हम खेलेंगे इन्हें थैंक यू बोलने के लिए।
Amitabh Bachchan showered thanks on the stage crew and behind the screen staff of Kaun Banega Crorepati. Several additional news channels also joined the thank you movement, with newsreaders thanking cameramen. Top regional and national partners curated a thanking section where the unacknowledged were thanked. Jio, India's largest telecommunications brand, joined forces and encouraged its users to create special thank you cards. Partnering with Swiggy, Cadbury Dairy Milk reminded users to thank the delivery executives who continue to deliver food and groceries even in precarious times. We enable the carriers of our message to become the participants in our brand campaign.
Over the next 18 months, we collaborated with 14 media partners across 40 platforms to create more than 200 thank you stories. This is the campaign that reached more than 350 million audiences and delivered more than 150 million engagements. This is the campaign that helped sell more than 20 million.
Last 1 minute.
Which funded medical insurance policies for more than 20,000 daily wage earners. This is the campaign that helped reverse the trend of sales decline during COVID-19 and revive not just the brand, but the entire category. Thank you is all it took. And while Cadbury grew, so did the smiles and the empathy towards the unacknowledged. The universal power of thank you makes it outlive even the peak of COVID-19. Our journey of melting the power distance has only just begun, and we promise to continue to make India more generous, one thank you at a time. As I wrap up this presentation, I'd like to thank the Ad Club for this opportunity. Thank you also to the IT departments across all our agencies who made the first virtual Emvies possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Subera. Jury members, please do let us know once you're completed.
Thank you, Sabira. Thank you.
Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Sure. Moving on to our fourth presentation, entry ID 3039, Waymaker, Colgate. How Colgate helped India retain its optimism by seeing it's adopted across multiple platforms. I'll repeat, entry ID 3039. Over to Waymaker.
Thank you. Is my audio audible?
Yes.
Thank you. Let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes. The Zoom panel is blocking a part. Yes, it's gone.
Okay.
We'll let you know just a moment.
Yeah.
You can start the presentation straight. Your time starts now. All the best.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, Nirmal?
Hello, हाँ बोलना भाई.
यार न्यूज़ देखा क्या? This virus thing is getting really serious now, man. It's arrived in India as well. मुझे टेंशन आ रहा है यार. It's really getting scary.
हाँ यार मैंने भी देखा. It's all over the place. मुझे भी टेंशन आ रहा है. But I think पहले भी viruses आए हैं and it has been dealt with. I've heard about lockdowns abroad, but I think it's just a matter of a few weeks.
Actually, yes. कुछ ही हफ्तों की बात होगी. उसके बाद तो लाइफ नॉर्मली हो जाएगा. Back to the daily grind. What's it?
हाँ bro, we shouldn't worry about it so much. It'll all get sorted soon. तू मिल कल ऑफिस में.
Yeah man, मिलता हूँ कल. बहुत काम है. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
हिंदुस्तान को बचाने के लिए, हिंदुस्तान के हर नागरिक को बचाने के लिए, आपको बचाने के लिए, आपके परिवार को बचाने के लिए आज रात 12 बजे से घरों से बाहर निकलने पर पूरी तरह पाबंदी लगाई जा रही है.
In late 2019, the world faced a crisis, COVID-19, a virus that cast a shadow of gloom and changed our fate in the days ahead. The pandemic and the lockdown hit us like nothing we had seen before. People not only lost their jobs, but also their dear ones. Thousands were stuck miles away from home. Many helpless ones chose to walk hundreds of kilometers, but not everyone could make it home. I remember the security guard at my colony. He himself could not make it back home. People went from counting smiles to counting cases and deaths. While many were uploading Dalgona coffee pictures on Instagram, many others were losing their loved ones. A sense of fear and uncertainty loomed high across the country. I'm sure everyone here listening to me felt the need for cheer and positivity. It was a time when millions of Indians needed a ray of hope more than ever before. And one of them was me, Shrey. Today, I'm going to take you through how Colgate showed a ray of hope in a gloom that Indians faced since the pandemic started. Colgate, India's most trusted oral care brand, has always stood for optimism. The brand firmly believes that everyone deserves a future to smile about. And this was the time when Colgate felt the need to instill optimism and inspire the people of India. Confined within the four walls of their homes and with their daily commute times cut, we realized people were consuming TV more than ever. But merely bombarding our audiences with TV spots would not be enough to instill hope. We had to reach them when their attention was at its peak and in the most relatable way as possible, which is why we chose sponsorships. Viewers are more attentive during the show compared to commercial breaks. So we tailored our message and seamlessly weaved it into the show. With program TVRs at times reaching almost twice that of break TVRs, it is quite obvious that we can reach out to more people during the show than the commercial break. When an Indian Idol contestant got nervous and started to lose hope, It resonated with the then state of mind of the viewer. That was the moment when the celebrity judge or the presenter comforted them, made them feel that it's not the end of the world. They encouraged them to take a leap of faith and make the best effort to just smile and get started. Whereas I would say, smile karo aur shuru ho jao.
हर परफॉर्मेंस से पहले स्माइल करना और शुरू हो जाना। मंजिल पर रख निगाह और बस स्माइल करो और शुरू हो जाओ।
बस स्माइल करो और शुरू हो जाओ।
बस स्माइल करो और शुरू हो जाओ। I really hope you like my act. अभी स्माइल करो और शुरू हो जाओ।
स्माइल करा आणि सुरुवात करा, पाहत रहा मी होणार সুপারস্টার।
তাহলে স্মাইল করতে হবে সবাইকে, আর আমরা চলুন আজকে এগিয়ে চলি আমাদের এই প্রশ্ন উত্তরের পালা।
স্মাইল করো আর শুরু হয়ে যাও।
ఆ ఆప్టిమిజం మన స్మైల్ లో కనపడాలి.
Smile ಮಾಡಿ, start ಮಾಡಿ.
My smile is my strength and என்னோட இந்த smile உங்களுக்கு ஒரு அளவுக்கு ஒரு strength கொடுக்குன்னு நினைக்கும்போது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்கு. So rocket, the stage is all yours. Good luck. All the best.
So I stayed on, smiling and learning every aspect of journalism from scratch.
शान बनाने का कारीगर हूँ मैं। मेरी पाठशाला का नाम है सदाई फकीर पाठशाला।
Last 1 minute.
And that's how we kept the flame of optimism alive, by making people believe in smile karo aur shuru ho jao. Thank you.
Thank you, Shrey.
Thank you.
Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Sure. Moving on to our fifth presentation, entry ID 3006, Essence India, Vedantu Kaun Banega Crorepati. I'll repeat, entry ID 3006. Over to Essence.
Quick mic check. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect.
I can hear you. And
Sure.
Jury members, please do let us know once you're done scoring for the previous entry. We can only see the white screen.
Yes, it's the presentation is there.
All right.
I am going to...
You can move the Zoom panel. That one is showing up on the screen.
I am going to quickly... Just a second.
If you cannot hide it, no problem. You can just move it to the place where your content is not hidden.
Perfect. Do that.
Yes, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. So it's 2019 and Essence have just won the Vedantu media account. Everyone is super excited and everyone is working on the media plan strategy figuring out the best possible way to build the brand Vedantu. After all, we had such a great product in our hand. With the help of the wave technology, kids were able to learn online in the best possible way. Teachers were not just subject matter expert, but they were very well trained to teach online. And we had a very user-friendly interface. The whole idea was to bring out an experience out there. We realized that we needed to change the narrative from education to learning. We realized that we needed the kids, the people, not just to know about the brand, but also to experience the brand. We needed a partner who could scale the learning experience to the millions of children out there who should try this product at least for once and understand what difference it could make. Sponsorship for long have been about logo presence, and of lately, recently, brands have been working with the IP owners how they can weave in the brand communication in the existing show format. We came up with an idea of why not partner with one of the biggest media property, KBC, and partner with a voice like Amitabh Bachchan, which symbolizes trust. It's a perfect environment which creates of education, entertainment, and information. We were hooked on with this, that we should be definitely partnering with it. But we hit a roadblock out there because the format of the IP is such that only 18 years and above were allowed to become participants. Whereas for us, for Vedantu, we needed below 18 years of kids to experience the power of the product. After months and months of conversation with the producers, we were finally able to convince them why they should bend the rule just for once. And we were able to introduce a student special week where the students have to download the Vedantu app, answer the questions on the week quiz app, and get a chance to sit with Mr. Amitabh Bachchan on the hot seat and win 7 crore as a prize money. After 18 years, KBC changed the format of the show and introduced the student special week, and the rest was history.
India's steady growth in the digital sector fueled the education industry's expansion on virtual platforms. Multiple online tutorial brands provided free courses to capitalize on the country's 250 million students. The challenge was to create awareness and engagement about Vedantu, a brand that facilitates learning, not just studying. We needed a credible platform to partner with, which goes beyond logo presence.
We did not just want to be perceived as business partners.
To achieve this goal, Vedantu found the perfect ally in India's most popular infotainment show that needs no introduction. We collaborated with KBC to introduce Student Special Week. The popular show bent its rules of participation for the first time in history of 18 years to give students a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to sit across India's biggest superstar, Amitabh Bachchan, and win ₹7 crore in prize money. To get this chance, students had to download the Vedantu app and play the daily week quiz. Those who regularly answered correctly were invited to KBC. But this wasn't a simple feat to achieve.
और ये संभव हो पाया क्योंकि देश के कुछ बहुत ही गुणी और ज्ञानी शिक्षकों को वेदांतु ने ये जिम्मेदारी सौंपी.
KBC's license holders are stringent about protecting the show's original identity. Securing permission to introduce the Student Special Week was the biggest implementation hurdle the team was ever challenged with. But with children's education at the forefront of this campaign, the team was determined to make it happen. Vedantu's app install spiked thanks to the credibility provided by Mr. Bachchan's voice. The KBC Week Quiz led to a massive increase in the daily Week Quiz attendees. Vedantu's KBC Special Week Quiz became more popular than the regular KBC Week Quiz. 90% of our new users were aware of the KBC participation through the Vedantu app.
Through the success of this distinct concept, we were able to cultivate engagement, awareness, and consideration among our target audience.
Vedantu's collaboration with KBC was a big win that helped build credibility for the brand. समझ आएगा तो मजा आएगा, मजा आएगा तो समझ आएगा.
This integration worked perfectly for us, which in fact exceeded our expectations.
So this was a first of its kind innovation in the sector, and I'm sure with years to come, a lot of brands would want to capitalize on this innovation. Thank you.
Thank you, Lalit.
Thank you.
Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Yeah, sure. Moving on to the sixth presentation, entry ID 3025, Lodestar Amul. Amul's TRP shattering renders us with a nostalgic Ravana and Ravans and the epic Kauravas. Sorry. I'll repeat, entry ID 3025, over to Lodestar.
Let me know if you can see my screen and I'm audible enough.
Yes.
Do let me know when to start.
Just give us one moment.
Just give us one moment. Yes, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Very good morning to all of you. I'm just going to quickly play this AV for you. Well, Ravana's laughter seems to be the loudest today, considering he's finished delivering 11.3 TVRs on one of the most epic sponsorships ever. 1/200 the cost of a popular league sponsorship, 4.5 times higher ratings, 287 million people reached, higher than Star's top 5 shows. In fact, the only media planner in the country probably to have predicted, leveraged, and identified a sponsorship so unconventionally. An opportunity we feel everybody possibly missed out, leave alone consider, convert, and calibrate for their own brands. Well, we started by an in-depth study of behavioral changes across several downturns in the past, trying to understand what transpired at that time. And we married these learnings to current mind, mood, media habits, buying habits, eating habits, and we came across several insights during the pandemic, of which 3 stood out very strongly. The first one being that people were reminiscing times gone by and missing their loved ones as well. Nostalgia was center stage. Family bonding came to the forefront as families were spending a lot of time holed up together. Religion was something all of us have turned to, given the uncertainty of the pandemic, the fact that a lot of us were praying very hard. Well, we set out with these 3 insights in hand and we searched for a solution which possibly fit the bill. But we also realized that all shoots had completely stopped, and no shoots essentially meant that there was no fresh content available for us to associate. So at a time when a lot of people were at home simply consuming gory news all the time, we heard that Raman and Sagar brothers were willing to give away their epic yesteryear cult content, Ramayana and Mahabharata, to rerun to any channel that was willing to air it, simply to entertain people. But we also realized that nobody was ready to bet on a rerun. In fact, content heads were reluctant because they felt that audiences would possibly not want to watch old content. However cult and popular it may be, DD was still contemplating what to do. Conventional media planning would, of course, advise us against such a decision. A rerun and why? But it's on DD, what will happen there? What about the ratings? What about the CPRPs that will hit the roof? A 20-year-old program, nobody's even remembering that anymore. And what does that do to my brand? Well, we went against that grain, armed with our insights. We predicted that the association would deliver well and would also cut well against all audiences. A bold, brave prediction was that single TV families were all holed up at home and would watch the content together. In fact, they would also want the youngsters to watch content of which they had very fond memories.
The lockdown would allow for appointment viewing, and therefore watching 160 episodes would not be a Herculean task. And like I said, the uncertainty made people turn to God and religion, and this genre would only bring them closer. So we went and convinced DD to air the show, and although Raman and Sagar brothers had no expectations from the content that they finished giving off, we converted this content into an epic sponsorship, becoming the only proud sponsors of the nostalgic, popular, and epic mythology of Ramayana and Mahabharata on DD National and DD Bharati, leveraging it in an unprecedented manner, creating history as all of us know. Of course, we got all the benefits of a regular sponsorship, the branding, the graphics, the works, all of it. But we knew that if we wanted to be different, we had to do something brave with the content. Well, it was also a time when we realized that we had this huge bank of 190 Amul ads right from where it all started. And this encapsulated the spirit and legacy of the brand. So we thought, what if? What if we ran parallel Amul's legacy story along with the legacy story of Ramayana and Mahabharata as it unfolded episode by episode? And therefore, 190 Amul ads were unveiled across 160 episodes sequentially and intelligently, talking about this much-loved brand and telling the country how it all had started happening. In fact, we even ran Amul classic ads on designated retro Sundays, giving it a feel of the yesteryear Ramayana Sunday, which we all remember so fondly, when the streets were empty and everybody was only watching Ramayana, practically recreating the magic for the consumer. In fact, we used our witty Amul topicals to further create connections, telling people the unfolding of the story and the unveiling of our legacy. We let everyone know through 30 print titles, social posts, and several hoardings across the country. Well, for the first time in history, an unveiling of this magnitude had happened, unleashing a sea of memes. They were so funny. The internet broke into euphoria, and the POE equation only made us smile. You may want to go to Twitter and check some of these. They're really funny. A wave of nostalgia was unleashed as a lot of people remembered our ads. Amul do that, the Amul chocolates, a gift for someone you loved, our Amul Chalo Chalo ice cream creatives, and married it and remembered their old times and nostalgia again. Well, we were not just appreciated by common people, but even marketing professionals, journalists, A-listers, even broadcasters took to Twitter to talk about this association as well as the uniqueness of the idea. You know, the cost was never really an issue. We could have possibly got away with anything with Amul in terms of cost. The entire game was in the prediction. We were brave enough to predict that a content like this would do well. In fact, we broke all sponsorship norms, ratings, CPRPs, cost, POE equations, you name it, and we've done it. Delivering 11.3 TVRs and 5.5 TVRs unheard of in the history of any GEC channel. In fact, surprisingly, DD broke their own records and reached 287 million. Again, unheard of. In terms of the CPRPs, well, we have nothing left to say. 1/140th of a title GC CPRP, 1/30th of a regular GC CPRP, 1/10th cost of a regular GC title sponsorship. What else do we have to say? Would a conventional media planner
last 1 minute
advise us against a decision like this? Well, think again. A rerun, but what a rerun. DD, but we beat all GECs. We talk about platform agnostic planning. This is platform agnostic planning. The ratings, you know the numbers. CPRP, you know that too. A 20-year-old program, so what? And what did it do to the brand? Well, just like the mighty Ravana, we went laughing to the bank. That's all from us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ritu.
Thank you.
Smita, please call out the next presenter, please.
Sure. Moving on to the 7th presentation, entry ID 3007, Madison Media, Tata Salt, when KBC raised Sawal Desh Ki Sehat Ka. I'll repeat, entry ID 3007, over to Madison.
Jyoti Smita, please keep your presentation ready. We will let you know when to start the presentation.
Sure, I will.
Okay. We can see the notes and everything here.
Okay, no problem. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
I'll just share it again.
No problem. Yes, we can. It's good now.
How about now?
Yes, it's fine.
It's fine. Okay.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Hope you all are doing great. Welcome to our campaign. Let me know when can I start.
Yes, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. I'm here to tell you a journey about one of the most trusted brands in India, Tata Namak, which not only holds the title of Desh Ka Namak, but is also responsible for Desh Ki Sehat. Over the years, we have done many iconic campaigns to reinstate its position as Desh Ka Namak. And as a result, the brand enjoyed very high brand health scores across awareness, consideration, and trial. But the problem was awareness of iodine and the association of iodine with mental health. Both were low at 29%, and this needed to be addressed. But when you're a market leader, legacy brand, moving scores becomes an uphill task. And to bring a drastic change in the matrix, we were looking for a strong impact association, and we wanted to stay away from AFP, short formats, which involves separate investment for promotion as well. And we wanted to go beyond Astons, ILUs, coming ups, etc., etc. Hence, we placed some guardrails for the selection process. The property had to be in direct sync with Tata Salt. The property should not be a one-day event. The property should reach both TV and digital audiences. We needed a partnership where audience comes in for its organic relevance. And among the plethora of impact properties available, KBC fit like a glove. Not to miss Amitabh Bachchan, a voice that has credibility, star power, and love across generations. Safe to say, KBC ticked all the boxes for us. And thus, a brand which never did big-scale innovations earlier agreed to associate with a larger-than-life game show airing both on Sony and Sony LIV. Let's see how Mr. Bachchan brought our proposition to life.
इस योजना में टाटा सॉल्ट ने सबसे ज्यादा सहयोग किया है और इस योजना के चलते आज हमारे देश में 90% से भी ज्यादा लोगों को आयोडाइज्ड सॉल्ट आसानी से मिलता है। इस देश के नमक ने देश की सेहत का हमेशा ख्याल रखा है।
And thus began our journey. For the first time, the 12th season saw our branded lifeline, the Tata Salt Intelligent Expert. Renowned personas like authors, mathematicians appeared as experts building relevance. Yes, we were a sponsor on board, but we managed to steal the spotlight by being introduced by Mr. Bachchan multiple times in every episode in the form of this lifeline. Additionally, our experts were across all age groups. How could we leave our core TG, the kids, with children episodes and the kids appearing as nanny intelligent experts reinforced the importance of iodine for mental development in kids. Tata Salt Light branded all the light and fun-filled moments from the show and packaged them as Take It Light on Sony LIV. We optimized content assets across all mediums by being present on social, video, and display. We created co-branded promos with the first Crorepati of the season, which ran across the network for many days. We curated more than 21,000 seconds of content, which over-delivered by 2.2x than planned. It was a sponsorship and beyond the story for us because our vision came alive and we saw more than 100% jump in the mental development score. Let me showcase our AV now.
Dinosaurs कहाँ गए? बारिश क्यों होती है?
Being inquisitive and questioning for an answer is often considered a sign of intelligence, and our TVC celebrated that spirit in a unique and endearing format. Iodine deficiency in India was a serious national health concern, and we needed to make an impact, but in an entertaining manner that will connect with the masses across India.
सपनों को उड़ने के लिए पंख दे गया, हौसलों को ऊंची उमंग दे गया.
We saw great merit by collaborating with a show that's based on Sawal Jawab. This show has won hearts across India and engaged with every segment of our society, from children to housewives to senior citizens. We had to build a concept with the contestants and viewers, and that led us to the Tata Salt Intelligent Expert.
कमेटी महाशय, आपसे निवेदन है कि हमारे आज के जो टाटा सॉल्ट इंटेलिजेंट एक्सपर्ट हैं उनके साथ संपर्क किया जाए।
Some of the most knowledgeable personalities across different fields got associated as Tata Salt Intelligent Expert. We also created special episodes where kids played as Nanne Experts. World Iodine Deficiency Day. We have been promoting the significance of iodine for 2 years, and we did the same from the very sets of KBC, and a voice stronger enough to eradicate another national deficiency. We associated with the first Crorepati of the season, creating a significant connection between intelligence and mental development with adequate iodine intake daily. We stood true to our co-positioning of Desh Ki Sehat, Desh Ka Namak, when seen as a health partner on KBC.
इस योजना टाटा सॉल्ट ने सबसे ज्यादा सहयोग किया है और इस योजना के चलते आज हमारे देश में 90% से भी ज्यादा लोगों को आयोडाइज्ड सॉल्ट आसानी से मिलता है।
Tata Salt Lite appeared as a health partner on Sony LIV, reached a complete digital universe. Tata Salt Lite is a low-sodium salt specially focused on reducing hypertension. Midway during the show, the overall brand sales went up by 7% in HSM, while in modern trade outlets, the growth witnessed was a whopping 43%. Mental development score for children went up from 29 points to 60 points, which is more than 100%.
With a pinch of salt for you all to absorb it all, Jyotismita Das signing off now. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you, Jyotismita. Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Yes, sure. Moving on to the 8th and last presentation of this particular category, entry ID 3038, Mindshare, Cornetto Chocchissimo, Cornetto capturing the butterflies of young love. I'll repeat entry ID 3038. Over to Mindshare.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
And are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can see the screen. Just give us one moment.
Sure,
We'll let
sure.
you know when to start the presentation. Have you shared the screen with sound?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I know it. I came in. I was on the phone.
Hello. What's up?
Yes, okay. Yes, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Good morning, jury members. Today, I want to take you through a feeling that I guarantee will make you smile. But before that, I have a question for you. What does love mean to you? What does this roller coaster of a journey that we go on mean to you, right? To me, it means getting the last bite from my boyfriend's food. To you, it might be your husband's morning cup of tea that you wake up to. And for most of us, love simply means the warmth of a tight hug after a very, very long day, right? But no matter what our definition of love is, it always starts at the same place for everyone. It starts with the stolen glances in a movie theater, right? It starts with your heart just aching to tuck their hair behind their ear. It starts with just a brush of their hand that feels absolutely electric. And when you're with them and when you see them, when you spend time with them, you experience a feeling that you get only with them, right? And what is this feeling? What is this feeling that makes us feel like we're going to die or something? This is the unforgettable feeling of butterflies, right? And it always starts with those damn butterflies. So as one of the biggest ice cream brands in India, Cornetto has always spoken of these initial hesitations, right? These butterflies of young love. And it is a Cupid that celebrates the stolen glances. It is, it is the Cupid that celebrates the secret smiles and the overwhelming littleness of love. So every year, Cornetto has a new launch lined up for Valentine's Day. And the simple equation is that we have the cutest and the youngest faces releasing the newest variants through the cutest moments of first love. So naturally in 2021, we had Chocossimo that was lined up to take over Valentine's. And our goal was to highlight that Chocossimo's disc felt as soft as a kiss and position it as an enabler of a confession. And we were completely ready for this as a brand. But what panned out was a series of challenges for the brand itself. The ice cream category was seeing a major decline in sales due to COVID-19. And no doubt this was one of the worst years for ice cream. Additionally, the lockdown had affected colleges, it had affected outdoor events and offices. And remember that our TG is very young. So it made us pretty much impossible to reach our TG outdoors, right? And our TG was equally affected as well. With the lack of physical connection between young people and young couples, it was starting to build up amongst them and they were trying to find comfort online. So it was a no-brainer for us that we had to speak to our TG, online and reach them through digital. So clearly when our brand had taken a massive, massive hit regarding brand relevance and salience, right? We knew that nothing was going to stop Cornetto from actually releasing the product on Valentine's. And for us, this meant creating massive awareness for Chocossimo. So with an average of 50% of our followership lying between the ages of 18 to 24, we knew that we had found our match, made in heaven, which was Terribly Tiny Tales. We knew that they'd be the perfect, partner for us. And together, we recreated the magic of first love. Presenting Butterflies by Cornetto, very aptly named, I swear. And by sponsoring this, this series that celebrates young love, we captured the story of 3 couples. But it was 3 couples that resonated with our TG of high schoolers, of college students, of young working professionals. So over 3 episodes, we tugged at the heartstrings of every youngster watching. And how did we do this? Let's have a look at the AV.
Hi you, I'm Tiny. And I'm here to take you on a wonderful journey of butterflies with Cornetto. We picked 3 themes where Cornetto Chocossimo would be the perfect fit, with some of the youngest and freshest faces on the internet. Are you ready to see and feel the butterflies? In the first film, Silence Please, Karthik and Radhika share everything with each other. But he knows Radhika is hiding something from him now. Will she confess with a Chocossimo?
Oh, hi Karthik! तू कब आया? ये वो नया वाला है ना? देना. Oh, it's that good, huh?
The kiss in Chocossimo really sealed the deal here. Since our characters deciphered messages, we got the community involved too. In the second film, Truth or Dare, Ishan dares Fiza to surprise him after 4 months of talking online. And she shows up unexpected with a Chocossimo. How will this unforgettable moment pan out?
अभी तो गेम शुरू है. Truth or Dare.
Chocossimo was a part of their online and offline dates. How cute! But would it really be Truth or Dare if we didn't get the audience to play their own version of it? In the third film, Half Half, childhood besties Mansi and Sharan are meeting after 6 years. Will they still continue their ritual of sharing over a Chocossimo?
How's it foot? Left wala, right?
The fracture.
Yeah.
Yeah. अभी better है. Thanks for asking. 6 years later. Papa?
Since our characters had revisited their childhood, we got our viewers nostalgic with their own virtual slam books. Each episode was amplified with posters, cute illustrations, and tiny tales. For a brand that celebrates love, we got a lot back more. With an extremely positive response from both our audience and press. We knew that the love for butterflies and Chocossimo was immeasurable.
So not only did we achieve the goal of awareness for Chocossimo, we also ensured some really great brand results. Right? Chocossimo saw over 40% growth compared to the 2017 Cornetto variant. And even in a time where the ice cream category on the whole was drastically falling, the Cornetto brand itself grew by 21%. And our campaign also received an overwhelmingly positive engagement from our audience, 9K engagement with over 14.3 million views across platforms. So as promised in the beginning of this presentation, I hope at this point you're sitting and smiling back, at this feeling of butterflies that we live for, that we chase our whole life, right? So as I leave you today, jury members, why don't you take a walk down the memory lane, hopefully with a Cornetto in hand, and also find your own butterfly moment again. Thank you.
Thank you. Smita, you can call out the next presenter, please.
Sure. Moving on to the next category, Best Integrated Campaign, Consumer Products, Cosmetics, Toiletries, Personal Hygiene. And the duration will be 10 minutes per presentation. Starting with the first presentation, entry ID 3419, Mindshare, Lifebuoy COVID campaign, saving lives, selling soap. I'll repeat entry ID 3419. Over to Mindshare.
Hi everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes. Just give us 1 or 2 minutes. We
Sure.
will
Yeah, meanwhile,
let you know
we'll
start the
do the
presentation.
setup.
By the time you can start setting. And jury members, as we have completed the total category, the previous category, you can just complete the scoring for whole entries on that particular category so that we can proceed for the next presentation.
Audio share. Audio share.
Jury members, please let us know once you're done scoring for the previous category so that we can proceed for the next category. Zoom panel is blocking your screen, some of your screen Hital.
This one.
Yes. Now it's fine.
Should I start with the presentation?
We'll let you know. Just give us 1 minute.
Sure.
The number of entries in the previous category is more, so that we are waiting for the score. Yes. You can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Hetal from Mindshare, and I will be presenting Lifebuoy's integrated media approach to fight against COVID-19. While today we may call this setup here as the new way of working, new way of presenting in Emvies, where everyone is accustomed to the new normal. But that wasn't the case back in Jan 2020 when COVID was first detected in India. None of us envisaged that in 2 months, by March 2020, the entire country would be locked down and we will be cut off from each other. This led to anxiety, stress, and uncertainty. The unprecedented hardships that followed required everyone to join hands. But that's exactly what became the new taboo. The only thing we knew back then were WHO guidelines that wearing masks and a simple act of hand washing, when done correctly, can reduce the spread of the deadly virus. However, the stark reality for us was, in India, only 35.8% of households washed hands frequently. This is where Lifebuoy, India's leading germ protection brand, stepped forward to spread the message of hand washing in every Indian household. While the brand task was to encompass every Indian household, the media task was to deliver the right message at the right time through the relevant platforms. Looking at the lay of our land, India, a complex matrix of geographical and economical strata, is divided into three distinct segments. India 1, elite and affluent. India 2, aspirers and the next billion. India 3, the strugglers. Although with such diversity, there was one common trait across all these three segments of India: the habit of not washing hands. When we started looking at the audience in these three segments with a micro view, we saw that all of these three segments had different media consumption habits during pandemic. India 1, the elite and the affluent became cord cutters or light TV viewers. Their time spent on digital platforms increased by approximately 80%. They ordered food and groceries online, increasing consumption on these apps by around 60%. At the same time, we observed that these audiences looked for information and entertainment through influencers and key opinion leaders. While in India too, an aspirer started working from home. Their time spent on TV increased on the back of news and regional content, the consumption of which increased in the range of 20 to 30%. TikTok, the social media platform for these audience, had grown over 120 million monthly average active users. Further, they learned new recipes watching their favorite chef on YouTube channels and at leisure played games on their phones. And for India 3 audience, a struggler, a feature phone and content platform like TikTok on Jio smartphones was their constant source of entertainment and information. On TV, FTA consumptions increased along with repeat telecast. Looking at all the insights for each audience segment, our approach was to create an inclusive strategy with customized media solutions across consumer income pyramid, targeting all of the Indias, which is India 1, India 2, and India 3. With an inclusive media strategy, we reached out to 21 million elite and affluent audience in India 1, 92 million aspirers of India 2, and 51 million strugglers in India 3. When combined, we reached to 160 million households in 1 month across India, and cumulative for the campaign period, the reach was more than 200 million. Now, let's look at the AV, which elaborates on how our media approach reached out to India 1, India 2, and India 3 audience distinctively.
India, home to 1.3 billion people, 18% of the world's population wasn't spared by the deadly COVID-19 virus, risking lives of millions. Washing hands and wearing masks had become the mantra touted by everyone. Lifebuoy, India's #1 germ protection soap, has always championed the cause of preventing disease through the simple act of hand washing. In March 2020, aware of its responsibility and purpose, the foremost message the brand could deliver was for everyone to wash hands with soap. Any soap, the single most effective method to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Due to the diversity of Indian population, we divided India into 3 Indias. India 1, elite and affluent. India 2, an aspirer who since the lockdown had started working from home. And India 3, a struggler migrant who was pushed to further poverty. While the target audience was India, the three Indias within the country behaved very differently in terms of their media consumption. An epic public awareness campaign was launched, peppered with cultural gradations and nuanced to the media affinities of India's varied consumer demographics, from the most affluent to the least. The campaign blasted off with a video featuring superstar Kajol, who partnered with Lifebuoy's mission to get India to wash its hands. Audiences from India 1 were reached by their favorite influencers creating content around the importance of hand washing and steps involved. As they binged, we sent them a sample of Lifebuoy through new food partner Swiggy. Lifebuoy activated a moment marketing campaign on social media on the day Prime Minister Mr. Modi appealed to the nation to show their gratitude towards the frontline workers by clapping for them. For India 2, we partnered with leading news channels to deliver contextual messages during all COVID-specific news and numerous music videos. As these audiences entertained themselves through influencers' challenges on TikTok, Lifebuoy reinforced its brand message of wash hands with soap, any soap, with a well-choreographed hashtag challenge and brought on celebrities as brand ambassador. A bespoke Lifebuoy hand wash song was created by rap superstar Badshah. On YouTube, their favorite cooking channels emphasized on washing hands before cooking. Video ads on most played games to spread the message of hand hygiene. With India 3 having limited connectivity, we educated and informed them through voice messages on the feature phone directly. And the campaign resonated across the hearts of millions through one single voice: wash hands with soap, any soap. The campaign reached to 21 million households in India 1, impacting brand penetration gain of 250 basis points. In India 2, we made 91 million households aware on importance of hand washing, impacting brand penetration to gain by 500 basis points. In Media Dark India 3, we reached 50 million households through OBD with brand penetration gain of 600 basis points. Volume sales of Lifebuoy increased by 1,560 basis points, highest in last 3 years, and brand's annual penetration increased by 410 basis points.
Last 1 minute.
While we believed in the power of Lifebuoy, Lifebuoy believed in the power of hand washing and consciously took a stand for the community. Saving lives became larger than selling soaps. The business results became the right testimonial for our belief that doing good for the community in turn does well for the business. Well, the war against COVID-19 is not over yet. Hence, I request everyone to keep wearing masks and keep washing hands with soap, any soap. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Smita, can you please call out the next presenter, please?
Yeah, sure. Moving on to the second presentation, entry ID 3418, Mindshare, Dove, hashtag stop the beauty test. I'll repeat entry ID 3418. Over to Mindshare.
Can we start?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a moment. I'm sorry. Just a moment. Let's wait for the jury confirmation here. We can see your screen. Everything is fine. Jury members, please let us know once you're done scoring for this entry so that we can go ahead with the next entry. Yes, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm Nitya from Mindshare, here to present Dove #StopTheBeautyTest. बचपन में पापा कहते थे धूप में मत खेलो, काली पड़ गई तो शादी कौन करेगा। माँ ने कहा समोसे मत खाओ, मोटी हो गई तो लड़का कैसे मिलेगा। दादी तेल लगाकर एकदम टाइट चोटी बांधती थी, पता है क्यों? क्योंकि लड़कों को तो सिर्फ काले लंबे बाल पसंद है ना। और ये कहानी सिर्फ मेरी नहीं है। This is the reality of 631 million Indian women, all of whom have experienced this kind of scrutiny at some point in their lives, all with the goal of landing a good marriage proposal. 90% of Indian marriages are arranged by the family. And while there is nothing wrong or oppressive about this practice per se, there is a definite regressiveness in the narrow definition of beauty that women are expected to conform to. Just take a look at any matrimonial ad. It's expressed in 3 words. It seems like we're still stuck at the bottom rung of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Roti, kapda aur makan, tall, slim and fair. Bas itna hi to chahiye. Indian women may have conquered global business, sports and even space, but that's not how we are judged. Even today, in the 21st century, women are put to a beauty test, reducing marriage to a beauty competition, judging women for their looks and not for their values or compatibility. Our research told us that the one thing that all women desire the most, irrespective of caste, color, creed, prosperity, is a happy marriage. And unfortunately, this event is often marred with grief, disappointment, and confidence-shattering rejection. Because all our future brides, whether we like it or not, go through the most humiliating of tests, the most unfair test, the beauty test. Dove has always stood for real beauty and celebrating beauty diversity. Globally and in India, the brand has continuously encouraged us to adopt more inclusive definitions. The brand believes in empowering women and in driving affirmative action. #StopTheBeautyTest was born out of Dove's constant mission to champion inclusive and real beauty definitions, juxtaposed with the beauty test that marriage imposes on Indian women. With this campaign, we enhanced our approach from just awareness to driving affirmative action, from speaking only to women to encompassing those who judge her, the prospective grooms and her parents, from mass media to activating the moment of truth across all mediums and platforms. Matrimonial sites and columns became the core of our campaign. For the first time ever, a brand entered this space, both on digital and in print. Dove partnered with India's largest matrimonial site, Shadi.com, and nudged bride seekers to evaluate a bride just beyond her looks. In the matrimonial sections of newspapers, Dove rewrote the age-old ways of seeking brides, using less biased and more inclusive language. Leading beauty magazines also joined our cause and for the first time ever carried these real-life rejected brides as cover girls, affirming that each of these women is beautiful. The campaign also got the support of influencers, and inspiring stories went viral across platforms like Humans of Bombay. Here is the AV that brings #StopTheBeautyTest to life.
Dove believes that beauty should be a source of confidence, not anxiety. It launched Stop the Beauty Test campaign with real-life rejected brides to challenge this unfair tradition. Due to regressive matrimony ads and social media conditioning, 631 million women in India are forced to adhere to just one type of beauty. Beauty stereotyping on matrimony platforms became a moment of truth. Partnering the largest matrimony platform, Shadi.com, we made history by making every bride profile nudge every bride seeker with inspiring real beauty messages. These rejected brides became the cover girls of leading fashion publishers for the first time. Purpose platforms like Humans of Bombay featured their inspiring stories. Popular influencers came forward and encouraged other women to share their real stories on social media.
इस ब्यूटी टेस्ट से गुजरना पड़े ऐसी मैरिज मुझे मंजूर नहीं, और अगर आप मेरी ब्यूटी को सेलिब्रेट ना कर सके तो इसमें मेरा कोई कसूर नहीं। कविता की कविता, डव ने छेड़ी है बात, अब तुम भी मिलाओ हाथ, स्टॉप द ब्यूटी टेस्ट के साथ।
Dove partnered with leading publishers and rewrote the age-old biased matrimony ad without using biased words. Stop the Beauty Test was a fully integrated, high-scale, high-impact and highly engaging campaign. Dove created history by challenging matrimony and media platforms and killing the beauty biases and stereotypes with its real beauty stance. It built confidence and stirred conversations with women, posing a question: how much beauty is enough? Dove believed.
This powerful integrated campaign was applauded by the client, recognized within Unilever globally for being the most purposeful campaign of the year, and awarded at Cannes. But the real power of this campaign lies in the fact that it gives millions of women like me, who are neither tall, nor slim, nor fair, the confidence to be comfortable in our own skin while urging bride seekers कि वो खामियां नहीं, खूबियां देखें. Thank you.
Thank you. Smita, can you please call out the next presenter, please?
Nitin, Niharya.
Nihar, hi.
Nitin, actually, Smita's net is not working, so can you just call out the category?
Hello, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on to the next presentation, entry ID 3411, M6, Sebamed, how pH 5.5 helped David beat Goliath. I repeat, entry ID 3411, over to M6.
Hi, Geetika. We will let you know when to start the presentation. Just a minute. Jury members, please let us know once you're done scoring for the previous entry. Geetika, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I am Geetika Maheshwari from M6, here to present the best integrated campaign on Sebamed. Who likes the story of an underdog making it big? I think we all do, right? History is replete with such stories. Divided by era, united by spirit, there are various stories like Ram's victory over Ravana or India's victory at the 1983 World Cup. History is laden with such great examples. A spirit that connects them all. The spirit of Pushpa Raj, which advocates, "Main jhukega nahi sala." I'm here to talk of year 2021. That is when our hero planned to take the giant head on. The giant who individually holds a whopping 36% market share, equivalent to the next 4 competitors combined. Yes, I'm talking of a brand that is every household's name, Unilever. Along with tough competition, we had three inherent challenges to fight, as 80% of our sales were prescription-based. And also, the Indian consumer is highly price-sensitive and difficult to win over. We were competing in the most challenging toilet sports category, which is also the second highest ad spender on television. But we were all set to fight. Fame with facts, distribution with disruption, and investment with intelligence. But how? As we know that most competing brands have big stars endorsing their brand. But here, we were harping on film stars ki nahi, science ki suno. Because it is based on science that we were ready with a disruptive strategy, and our head-on challenge basis pH 5.5. And despite our small budgets, we were set to take the market basis our intelligent strategy to directly target the HUL consumers. Now, while I leave you wondering how and when, we did a massive integrated media launch with a boom across all media channels, spanning across television, print, outdoor, and digital, all breaking at the same time. We devised a smart strategy over months of competition research. While Unilever brands had a conventional media mix of 92 to 100% spends on television, we tried to grab disproportionate eyeballs on print and out of home, with 1/4 of these spends done there. On television, we selected genres, channels, spaces, NCCS-A affinity, and time bands, which had consistent presence of Unilever brands. After all, it's not what you sell that matters, but how you sell it. We created a huge impact among our audiences. Our integrated approach was backed by smart competition tracking, which helped us garner great results. We reached 2/3 of our core audience on television. Print campaign reached 4 million readers in the core markets. We further created high visibility on out of home with concentrated 10-day activity in 8 metros, including high impact sites. You can have the best plan in mind, but it is execution that matters, because that is where everything lies. And in this case, it had to be done with utmost secrecy. We launched the campaign like a thunderbolt on a Friday to get maximum mileage over the weekend before Unilever could even raise an objection. Now let's see, how did we do it?
The history of man is abundant with tales of perseverance, endurance, and triumph, no matter the obstacles and challenges. It is the resilience of the passionate and the successes of the underdogs that inspire the uninspired, that proves possible the impossible, spirit that connects them all. The story of Sebamed, your new favorite toilet soap, did exactly that. In an industry that is spoiled for options, the biggest challenge was creating awareness that could break through the clutter. Dove, Pears, and Lux International dominated this industry. Sebamed was originally only available at pharmacies and was brought against a doctor's prescription only. To expand distribution channels and become a consumer brand, Sebamed had to face off the competing giant Unilever like David versus Goliath. It took courage, confidence, and guts to grab consumer attention.
माल निकलवाने के लिए दम की क्या जरूरत है? खाली दिमाग चाहिए.
Along with a clever strategy, we identified the audience as women who are users of premium skincare products, especially those scientifically proven. To create maximum buzz possible, we decided to take competition head-on with comparative advertising, challenging category norms.
तुम stars की नहीं, science की सुनो.
Is how we introduced the brand without giving out any information about what was coming. Execution is the name of the game. Timing and maintaining secrecy was important. It was on a Friday that we caught Unilever off guard with ads that compared Sebamed with Unilever's flagship brands.
Dove का pH है 7 और Sebamed का perfect 5.5 for sensitive skin.
We used television, print and OOH simultaneously to both amplify the scientific claim and highlight the flaws of the competitor. Communication was extended to YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. On print, we etched in the very same messaging across all markets and targeted top-tier cities across top publications on the same weekend. This was reinforced again in the top 8 metros with OOH, 225 units across high-impact and residential areas, and even a few right by the Unilever office. We launched all 3 mediums on Friday to create maximum impact till Monday, as we expected a legal action as the courts open on Monday, which is exactly what they did. This did not stop us, and as the case was rejected, but the impact was created and we were leading conversations across. There is no denying that Sebamed has achieved its goal. The success rates were past our projections and the PR generated was the final touch. It's not every day that you take on a giant and come out unscathed. Now you know what else is in store. Sebamed is here to stay.
As we just unraveled the story of how a newbie shook the stardom of a leading superstar in the industry by making a unique debutante, we witnessed unfolding of great success despite overlying challenges. We witnessed 170% growth in sales. The contribution of sales from non-script subscriptions grew by 21% to 56%. The brand searches grew by 437% from less than 40,000 a month to 2 lakh in the launch period. There was 38% total awareness increase amongst non-users. Sebamed took the market by surprise and became the talk of the town. The brand garnered huge PR among business publications, including brand equity with its impactful strategy. As they say, plan a good fight and fight it with a good plan. With their unique points of differentiation and fantastic synchronization of planning and execution, Sebamed saw huge success in the market. Thank you.
Thank you, Geetika.
Thank you. Thank you.
Smita, please call out the next presenter, please.
Sure. Moving on to the 4th presentation, entry ID 3406, Madison Media, Godrej Expert Rich Cream Hair Color, Contest of Aspiration and Emotions. I'll repeat entry ID 3406. Over to Madison.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second. Shall I start?
Yes, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cornetto. I'm from Madison, and I'm here to present the case study on Godrej Expert Rich Cream. Between aspiration and emotion, aspiration always takes an upper edge. Same is the case with hair color category. The category is governed not only by local and national brands, but also by international brands. Hair color category is dominated by creme format, and business mainly comes to upgrade from henna powder. Key players in the category strive to build the aspiration values for their brand, and Godrej was no different. Godrej Expert Rich Cream Hair Color, the legacy brand from Godrej, has always serviced Indian consumers to become a household name. Imagery and perception plays a vital role in deciding brand's fate. The dilemma with our brand is that the consumers persevere for older age group who use dye instead of hair color. There was a need to make the brand more contemporary and relevant with today's lifestyle and infuse a youthful appeal. UP, a keenly contested market with 4 key SCRs, and lower media penetration in UP was a major challenge for the brand. Godrej Expert Rich Creme in UP was striving to gain a market share of 11%. With only 33% category penetration, there was a lot of room to grow. Competition like Garnier Black Natural was accelerating swiftly to lessen the market share gap with GRC. To grow and become #1 hair color brand in UP, we had dual marketing tasks in hand: to strengthen GRC's value proposition, increase penetration, and achieve 11% market share at the end of December 2019. Our target audience consists of both male and female. We wanted to reassure our target audience about benefits of GRC and play on the ingredient story about natural products. We needed to decode UP. We decided to meet our consumers and analyze them to 3 key factors: current users versus competition, media consumption, and local nuances. We got exciting insight post meeting our consumers on ground. Household groceries are primarily focused on women, as grocery baskets are chosen and altered by them. Women do not like to trade off hair condition for its outward appearance. Men have a huge fear around baldness, but also wanted to look young. Being young is a category promise which was used by the competition and hence considered as more aspirational and appealing. We needed to leverage and play up on the ingredient story to drive the brand switch and create relevance for GRC. Once we were ready with the insight and implication, we needed a partner who can deliver a complete 360-degree media leverage to have effective return on investment, local insight, and take accountability of large-scale initiative. We partnered with Hindustan with a reader base of 96 lakhs, radio presence in several key cities of UP, and proven track record of delivering experiential activation to the brand impact division. Along with Hindustan, we created accountability deal module, which can help share gain in respective SCRs of UP. The base of this model was to create a building block to land the big media idea and thus win this market. And we did this through 4 building blocks. First, KPI setting, wherein we zeroed the target market share we needed to achieve in 4 months, from 9.7% to 11%. Second, research. We conducted interviews amongst different format users, lapsers, and prospects to understand key attributes. Third, concept testing. We evaluated key concepts like insight and reason to believe. Fourth, mapping SCRs. We identified key cities in terms of business and saliencies, which were critical in each of the SCR. Our insight: confident people are always ready to copy them. Came our big idea: Hamesha ready rahe Godrej Expert Rich Creme hair color se. Accountability framework was outlined basis the activity calendar to ensure presence across SCRs in UP. With 120 days of seamless integrated media calendar spread across print, digital, radio, and on ground. So let me take you to the execution AV.
Volume is not coming. Conrad? Hello? Hello? Can you hear us?
Sorry?
We cannot hear the volume.
Oh, you could not hear the volume. 1 second. Let me once again put the AV.
Yes, you can start from the AV. I've paused your timer, no problem.
Sure, thank you so much. 1 second.
While sharing the screen, you'll get the option to share.
Sure, yes, yeah.
We created an accountability deal model and partnered with Hindustan, whose dominance was immense in reach and productive media vehicles. The framework was designed to ensure that reach was maximized in 4 key SCRs of UP. We addressed 3 key tasks: awareness, consideration and trials to maximize usage in key occasion. To drive awareness, we also leveraged the digital arm of Hindustan with effective opening page placement and dedicated banners. This was furthered by social media brand posts to build USP. With digital, we garnered 4 million plus views. We also published more than 4,000 square centimeter brand ads to drive continuous brand story. To cater to consumers residing below 5 lakh towns, we did on-ground media activation through beauty vans. This helped to reach to more than 300 RWAs across small and big towns. More than 1,500 women were registered for our hairstyling sessions, wherein we demonstrated the product efficacy and the ease of application. Nukkad Nataks helps to drive the much-needed behavioral change and switch consumers to creme format. Brand message was seamlessly integrated with emotional and humor touch. We reached out to the potential consumers across 40 plus towns. We aired more than 10,000 secondages of radio jingles on Fever FM.
आपके बालों की देखभाल की जिम्मेदारी ले रहा है Godrej Expert Rich Creme Hair Color.
SMS and WhatsApp messages were sent in key markets to build event reminders. To drive consideration, we smartly used print-led advertorial and articles to build brand efficacy by communicating the expert legacy and superior formation in hair coloring segment. This was backed by weekly column published under Godrej Expert Ki Zubani in Hindustan's main issue and weekly supplement. For driving consumption's occasion, the advertorials focused on festivals under the tagline, "Being Festive Ready." The articles of KOLs, largely salon owners who vouched on 100 years of Godrej legacy and its expertise in problem-solving approach weaved into product innovations. The consumer confidence was built with the help of testimonials of loyal customers to arrest lapsers and induct new users. We launched the pageant of charismatic Mr. and Mrs. UP, a 360-degree media event including print, digital and radio. It was a multi-stage contest landing to the final winner. Winner was decided basis their knowledge and expertise on explaining the application process of GERC, encompassing the brand benefits and RTB. A radio contest was also conceptualized, focusing on key cities, covering 100 plus RWAs. Random check on GERC consumption was done in homes by RJ against a chosen sample size. Winners were gratified by becoming one-day celeb in the radio station. A dedicated event for GERC was customized in Anokhi Club across in 10 cities of UP, wherein 500 plus women were invited to be part of cultural experiences to understand problem solution related to hair coloring. Women stylists and salon owners were invited to speak on the advantages of using creme and GERC. The results of the campaign were as follows: reached 3 million across multiple cities in 3 months through on-ground activation. This was one of the longest activation campaigns in Uttar Pradesh that has garnered organic PR on social media and has helped to drive the consumer experience about GERC. Print garnered cumulative reach of 32 million in UP. 1 million and 3 million audiences reached through radio and digital respectively. Consideration top box moved from 4 points, 39% in JAS 19 quarter to 43% in OND 19. Market share rocketed from 9.7% in August 19 to 11.2% in December 19.
Last 1 minute.
Refreshing 2 key results. Market share grew like never before from 9.7% in August 19 to 11.2% in December 19 against the assigned KPI of 100 BPS growth, which was exceptional. Consideration top box moved from 39% in August 19 to 43% in December 19. To conclude, the lasting brand legacy is all about ever continuous perfecting the imagery and perception. Thank you.
Thank you. Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
We are moving to fifth and the last presentation of this category. Entry ID 3405, Madison Media. Godrej number 1, Mrs. Natural Beauty 2019.
Thank you, Smita.
Just a second, guys. I'm just sharing my screen.
Okay.
Guys, am I visible and is my screen visible too?
Yes.
1 second.
So, have you shared the screen with some sound?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have.
You can start the presentation. Your time starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Akriti Shah here from Madison, and I will be presenting the case study on Godrej number 1. Everyone is number 1 in their own way, aren't we? But we often look, but we don't really see. We hear, but we don't really listen. Godrej number 1 is one of the largest soap brands in India and the number 1 soap brand in UP with a market share of 18%. Made with 3-4 natural ingredients, the brand's aim is to establish itself as a synonym for natural beauty, as our communication focus is predominantly towards married women. There are about 712 soap brands registered in India, out of which 644 brands have a presence in UP, making the category highly penetrated at 98.6%. With an average of 160,000 plus GRP spent every year, the category is predominantly TV, making it share of voice driven. Our core objective is to maintain the number 1 position in Uttar Pradesh. And this can only be done by continuously building top of mind awareness, strengthening core proposition of natural beauty and connect with appeal day number 1 Nikhar, and growing our market share across key cities of UP like Agra, Bareilly, Gorakhpur, Kanpur, Lucknow, Meerut, Prayagraj, and Varanasi. However, due to low TV penetration in the UP market, it became necessary for us to find a touch point beyond TV. We met our core consumer, married women, to understand their day in life. A day in the life of a married woman can be very tedious. Because of the hectic schedules and multitasking nature, married women often find it difficult connecting with their inner selves. Homemaking is indeed a full-time job. Consumer studies in UP indicated 60% of housewives struggle with low confidence levels. Another 84% want to be recognized and stand out. 38% of married women are active on digital media, whereas 71% women choose the product to enhance their beauty through skin tone. And 66% of women have liked consuming beauty content. And above all, even Miss Universe 2000, Lara Datta, feels that beauty pageants gives one a platform to voice their choices and opinions and makes women stronger and independent. We came to know that women in Uttar Pradesh are aspirational, but there aren't any platforms available for them. This led us to our insight that household chores prevent women from being more. Hence, we decided to create a platform for married women to showcase their individuality, choosing beauty pageants as a route to go. We needed a media partner who could understand the nerves of UP. With 3 key big media houses, Hindustan, Jagran, and Ujala, we partnered with Jagran with a record 3 crore readership in UP, radio and digital presence in 7 key centers, and experienced brand activation team. Hence, we created a red carpet event for Godrej number 1, Mrs. Natural Beauty in 2018, a platform for married women to showcase their individuality, talent, beauty, and intelligence through a 360-degree campaign. Let us take you on a journey on how Mrs. Natural Beauty became a reality.
Godrej number 1 is the leading soap brand in Uttar Pradesh. However, due to high clutter and limited TV reach, Godrej number 1 had to uncover a way to maintain its number 1 position. The key tasks were to build top-of-mind awareness, strengthen brand's proposition, and to grow market share. Hence, we needed a platform that goes beyond TV, that resonated across our TG of married women. Consumer studies in UP suggested 60% of housewives struggle with low confidence. 50% of their time is spent on household chores. 84% want to be recognized and stand out. 71% women choose products to enhance their beauty. 66% women have liked consuming beauty content, making us realize that women in UP are aspirational, but household chores prevent women from being more. Hence, there was a need for a platform that empowers and celebrates them. A beauty contest was conceptualized for married women, and that's how Godrej #1 presents Mrs. Natural Beauty was created. We joined hands with Dainik Jagran, who comprehended the width and depth of Uttar Pradesh. The contest was segmented across teaser, launch and event phases. Mrs. Natural Beauty was conducted across 8 key cities of Uttar Pradesh with a massive 360-degree promotional plan. We commenced the campaign with a call to action asking married women to participate and compete for Godrej #1 presents Mrs. Natural Beauty, complemented with a teaser campaign across print and digital with an intriguing message of Live Your Dreams. We set up event promotions across 415 parlors and 250 merchant shops, leveraging relevant on-ground touchpoints for married women in launch phase. Eminent personalities like Preeti Jangyani, Mag Malik and Aditi Govitrikar were selected to judge the show along with the popular TV veteran Aman Verma to host the event.
So here is an opportunity for the best of women from Uttar Pradesh to please come forward, get on stage and perform.
Multiple follow-up ads, along with registration countdown ads, were advertised across print and digital to increase the buzz. A series of posts and videos were created to promote hashtag Mrs. Natural Beauty vigorously across social media. To facilitate online registrations, a dedicated microsite was created. The campaign was promoted heavily through Dainik Jagran, 50 hoardings across 8 cities, 18 cinema theatres across 8 cities, and radio promotions across 6 cities.
Godrej #1 presents Dainik Jagran iNext Mrs. Natural Beauty 2019.
Digital promotions across social media garnered 15 million impressions. Around 500,000 were engaged through on-ground activities in malls, parlors, and residents' welfare associations. The top 40 from the auditions moved to the grooming round, where their stories around the theme of natural beauty were promoted. The top 18 were selected for the grand finale to win the prestigious title of Mrs. Natural Beauty 2019. Padmini Parihar, who exemplifies the values of natural beauty, emerged victorious.
The winner of Godrej #1 presents Dainik Jagran iNext Mrs. Natural Beauty 2019. The winner is Padmini!
The grand finale was hosted live on Facebook and aired later on News 18 channel. The campaign received massive engagement and visibility with 29 million reach across all mediums. Godrej #1 Mrs. Natural Beauty 2019 was a huge success, and even our brand results depicted the same. Top of mind went up by 113%. Attribute for Enhance My Beauty went up by 82%. Help Build Confidence attribute up by 89%. Natural ingredients positioning went up by 119%. Godrej #1 share went up by 140 BPS. With the kind of exposure received by the brand, the ROI is close to 1.5 times the total investment.
Season 2, our registrations have grown by a whopping 33%, which gives us an assurance that this is a step in the right direction. And as we speak, please find some pictures from Mrs. Natural Beauty Season 3. It is not about being a model, but a role model as per a Season 3 participant. We have just started, and Godrej #1 pledges to provide opportunities to married women not only in Uttar Pradesh but all across India. We saw her, we heard her, and we gave her a platform to showcase her individuality. Mrs. Natural Beauty. Thank you.
Thank you, Akriti. Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Hello. Moving on to the next category, best integrated campaign, consumer durables, tech products. The duration will be 10 minutes per presentation.
Thank you, Smita.
Starting with the first presentation, entry ID 3802, Median, Goqii, India Steps Challenge, India Health Quiz.
Thank you.
Entry ID 3802, over to Median.
Just give us 1 or 2 minutes. We will let you know when to start the presentation. Jury members, as we have completed the category, please complete scoring for this for the category and let us know so that we can move on to the next presentation.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
I am not being able to go to the. Okay.
We can see the screen on your notes and everything is visible here.
So which view should I go to?
No, not there. Just below. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Full screen. Yes.
How do I? Okay, 1 moment. Is that okay? Do you still see my slideshow view?
We can see the screen, full screen mode. Everything is fine.
Okay.
Your network bandwidth is too low.
Is it low?
Yes, it shows.
Just 1 moment, please. Network. Just 1 moment. Is this better?
No, it still shows network bandwidth is low.
Still low. What's the? Can we schedule after the next presentation? So I move to a location which is better bandwidth.
No problem. Try to sort it out as soon as possible. You have next 10 minutes. In case if you are not able to sort it out within next 10 minutes, please do let us know so that on the chat so that we can go ahead with the next presentation and you can go with the last presenter.
Sure.
Smita, can you please call out the next presenter by the time?
Sure.
If they are ready, we can go
next
ahead.
Presentation, entry ID 3805, M6, Sony LIV Scam that shook the nation twice. I'll repeat, entry ID 3805, over to M6.
Hi, just a second.
Let us know once you're ready, Geetika, so that we can start the presentation.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
I'm good to go.
Yes. You can start the presentation. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. As the lockdown hit the country, everything went on a standstill. Production halted, cinemas closed. However, online content consumption went onward and upward, witnessing an unprecedented growth. Hi everyone, I am Geetika Maheshwari from M6 here to narrate one such growth story of the biggest scam of India and its related success for Sony LIV. Time spent on media has been growing and the number of hours spent online has almost doubled. So much so that the industry has seen 4x jump in the number of OTT platforms since 2014. Everyone is looking forward to grab a piece of the pie. And there has been a wave of digital content across genres, leaving the consumers spoiled for choices. With increasing clutter and growing attention deficit, good content often goes unnoticed. So what actually makes content the king? It has to be relatable, engaging, and easy to find. And we all know the power of great content. It resonates for generations. Similarly, Sony LIV had a great contender in its show Scam for leading content, but challenges were multiple. It was less relatable because OTT audiences are predominantly millennials, an audience segment with no first-hand experience of the real scam of 1992. It was less engaging as less than 2% of Indians invest in stock markets. It was a challenge to engage this TG for a financial fraud story. And most importantly, Sony LIV was a late entrant in this space with original content, where competition had already captivated audiences. However, with Scam, we wanted to make India's fixed deposit loving Aam Aadmi interested in the story of India's biggest financial fraud. So we had to take a leap of faith, and we were prepared to take that risk. But as our protagonist says, risk hai to ishq hai. We devised a strategy where we knew that the content is the king, but our marketing had to be the kingmaker. Hence, our objective was twofold. First, it was to create a top-of-mind awareness and buzz around the show to dominate the available cluttered content space. And secondly, piggyback on the show to build consideration for the platform and drive subscriptions. We went with a full funnel strategy using branding and performance, integrating the campaign across media. We opened the top funnel with a high reach plan on television and impact formats on print and digital, driving awareness and buzz. At the bottom of the funnel, we drove subscriptions with performance campaigns using smart targeting cohorts on Facebook and YouTube. With limited budgets, we devised a two-phase strategy to maximize mileage. In phase one, we intended to reach out audience cohorts which were specifically interested in finance and stock markets across mediums to create a positive word of mouth. And in phase two, we reached out to wider OTT audience to build preference for Scam and Sony LIV. In phase one, we took the road less traveled and targeted the 40+ audience, despite the fact that OTT audiences are skewed towards younger audiences. The integrated campaign was launched on sites like Money Control and business section of TOI, targeting finance and stock market audience cohorts on YouTube and Facebook. And also we launched the TV campaign on business and other news channels, and we had print ads, impact ads across all pink papers. We were successful in creating a positive word of mouth and were able to drive conversations through eminent influencers like Harsh Goenka and Nitin Kamath. In the second phase, we expanded the campaign and reached to include audiences interested on entertainment and OTT. And on the TV campaign as well, we included more channels. We collaborated with Times of India, and published a 4-page jacket recreating the headlines of 1992. Suchita Dalal who had covered the news in 1992, wrote columns, and other key influencers spoke about the original Scam and the Sony LIV show. This was first time ever in this OTT category. Now let's have a look at how the campaign panned out.
With a surge of traffic on OTT during lockdown, it was an opportune time to push content to viewers that were starving for entertainment. Sony LIV, having entered the OTT space late, had to face off against popular shows on leading platforms before the lockdown. Harshad Mehta, Indian Stock Market 1992. Any of this ring a bell? It wouldn't if you weren't around back then. But if you consumed OTT in 2020, you'll definitely remember Scam 1992, a show about one of the biggest real-life scams that India has ever seen. 2020, when OTT space seemed to have figured out recipe of success and was cluttered with the same type of content, telling story of stock market scam was indeed a risk.
Risk hai to isk hai.
Our main challenge was creating awareness and starting conversations inside a cluttered content space that would lead to subscriptions for Sony LIV. OTT audience was young millennials. However, it was the 40+ bracket that had experienced firsthand the effects of Scam 1992. It was this 40+ audience whose affinity for digital content was low compared to millennials and a small percentage of those interested in financial markets and needed to be enticed and bought over to Sony LIV.
मार्केट में सबसे बड़ा जोखिम तो जोखिम ना लेने में.
We identified TV and print as the mediums to create intrigue and build excitement, while digital being used primarily for subscriptions. We went with a full funnel strategy across branding and performance. Audiences interested in stock markets and equity were targeted on YouTube, Facebook and financial websites like Money Control on digital. On print and television, it was on the business and news channels that our presence was exceptionally high, particularly during market hours. The first domino of our strategy had fallen as the target audience were paired with the right genre. Word had gotten around organically about Scam 1992. Sony LIV and Scam were now a part of the conversation.
ओल्ड स्कूल हो या न्यू स्कूल, सबके सिलेबस में एक सब्जेक्ट कॉमन होता है, प्रॉफिट. और वो मेरा फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट.
With the chatter rising, we raised the bar across all media with the phase 2 targeting of OTT audience directly. We tied up with India's largest newspaper, Times of India, the whistleblowers of original Scam, to create a never-before-done 4-page pull-out newspaper of the original publication from 1992. This served as a reminder for the old and intrigue builder for the young, and also communicated information about the show. Business and news portals saw exciting and engaging ads to generate even more buzz among audiences. Our TV visibility was higher than ever, with over 10K spots across 40 channels that reached the core male audience. We reached over 20 million people, and the overwhelming result made it clear that Sony LIV had entered with a bang as subscription rates soared through the roof.
प्रॉफिट दिखता है तो कोई भी झुकता है.
It was an epic drama that deserved an epic campaign. The awards say it all. In 1992, the scam made a huge impact on the lives of many. But in 2020, it was the rage on Sony LIV.
Paid content along with remarkable marketing helped us outperform all benchmark. We had 3x increase in number of overall paid subscriptions and 2x growth of highest value pack subscriptions during the campaign versus the previous month. The best ever CPS benchmark was achieved in the OTT category. The campaign also outperformed all other campaign-related metrics like video views, reach, and searches. So, as the saying goes, content is the queen. But, sorry, I mistakenly said the wrong thing. Content is the king, but it is the marketing who is the queen. And it is the queen that runs the household. Thank you.
Thank you, Geetika. Smita, can you call out the next presenter, please?
Yeah, sure. Moving on to the next presentation, entry ID 3807, Initiative Media India Private Limited, Unacademy, hashtag Let's Crack It. I'll repeat, entry ID 3807. Over to Initiative Media. Thank you.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, just give me a second. I'll just share my screen.
Manas, you can do that presentation next. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Still, it shows your bandwidth is too low, but please check it out once. Anjali, please let us know once you are ready to go.
Sure. I have to share sound, right? Along with it?
Yes. While sharing the screen, you will get the option share sound. Yes.
Share sound, got it. One second, sorry. Is my screen visible or is it in presenter mode?
We cannot see anything. It's just a blank white screen.
Yeah, does it have 3 dots on it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. It's not in presenter mode, right?
No, you can, it's in full screen, no problem.
Okay, great. Okay, then I'm ready to start.
Yes, you can start the presentation. Your time starts now.
Okay. Exams. Just hearing that word, doesn't it make your heart pound? Can you remember the feeling of sweat dripping down your back? The woolly mouth, the tension. Oof, just the thought. Well, for millions of students around the country, this is the stress they are battling every single day. Hi, my name is Anjali Nandkumar, and I'm here to tell you how Unacademy helps students across the country crack it. Now, let me take you back in time, before the pandemic accelerated the growth of online services and platforms. In 2019, the online edtech space in India was still nascent, dominated largely by one player. In this pre-pandemic era, people were still hesitant and skeptical of the efficacy of online classes, in-person classes and tuitions being the preferred medium. The communication in this category was positioning EdTech more as a supplement to classroom learning rather than a standalone source of education, with parents being the key audience group targeted. However, in India, outside the traditional exams, over 50 million aspirants appear for competitive exams such as NEET, UPSC, CAT, and many more. The preparations for these exams are grueling, with students vying for the best coaching classes, often far away from their home, in cities such as Kota. For small town contenders, these were often too expensive and out of reach. Unacademy launched in 2019 with the aim of providing access to world-class learning material and educators to students across the country. They realized the potential of the competitive exam space and aimed at democratizing education and driving the perception that education via technology works. The campaign objectives were twofold. Firstly, drive awareness about tech platform-aided education, and secondly, bring about a change in perception leading to increased course subscription. Now, our guiding insight was that exams are not only stressful for students, but for their parents as well. The atmosphere at home getting tense, with parents and kids often at odds with each other. There was a need to support both groups and bring them in together as equal stakeholders. Competition in this space was largely speaking to the parents. So the challenge was to address both the students and the parents with differentiated communication, but with a common theme that Unacademy was with them in this journey to crack their exams and achieve their dreams. We needed to inspire and motivate the students of India. Thus was born the creative platform of Let's Crack It. Now, let's see how we brought this alive.
In 2019, for over 50 million students aspiring to crack some of the toughest entrance exams in India, brick-and-mortar coaching classes were the preferred choice. However, getting into reputed coaching centers was expensive and meant relocating to other cities, which was not feasible for everyone. And in comparison, online coaching was perceived to be not as effective. Unacademy wanted to change this status quo by driving awareness about the efficacy of online education. So, we pulled up the whiteboard to create a plan. We realized that exams are stressful for both parents and students alike. There was a need to support and speak to both groups. Thus was born the communication platform of Let's Crack It, a promise to be there along the journey and help crack exams together. Through audience profiling, we identified an ideal media mix for both groups across offline and digital mediums. And then we went live. We launched a high-intensity media campaign across TV, digital, DTH, cinema, and radio to build awareness. The thematic ads addressed concerns that parents had and highlighted the benefits of Unacademy's approach to online coaching. We also ensured presence on high-reach impact properties such as cricket, YouTube mastheads, impact ads in newspapers.
But what about the students?
Yes, we knew we had to talk Gen Z if we had to make an impact on Gen Z. 60% of this target group owns a smartphone and related to music profoundly. Rap emerged as one of the key genres consumed by kids today. So we collaborated with rapper Nazi to create the hashtag Let's Crack It youth anthem. The catchy track, with the promise of Unacademy being there to support them through their exams, became a hit among the youth.
Let's crack it, chal ut ja. Let's crack it, zor de laga. Let's crack it, bhid ko chhod de. Let's crack it, raaste mode de. Let's crack it.
The anthem went viral with over 36 million views and made its way across mediums and platforms. But we didn't stop there. We collaborated with MTV Hustle, a rap competition program. The song, performed by Shloka and EPR, was aired on TV and shared across social media. We further amplified it on TikTok with the Let's Crack It challenge, with top influencers getting students to let their hair down and groove to the beats. The anthem was organically seeded on Sony Music, ingested as caller tunes, and covered by primetime news anchors. The crowning glory for the anthem was when rapper Nazi performed the anthem live at the prestigious Star Screen Awards, a first for a brand anthem. On TV, given students had limited screen time, it was critical for us to pick programs heavily skewed towards students. So we chose top reality shows such as Dance Plus on Star Plus. On Dance Plus, contestants performed a choreographed dance sequence to the Let's Crack It anthem and won students' hearts. Finally, we associated with TED Talk India for their Season 2, which focused on technology-enabled change. We created a customized extra episode for the series on EduTech hosted by Karan Johar, where founders of Unacademy and educators both spoke on TED Talks India, inspiring students, lending credibility and demystifying EdTech for the benefit of the parents. We further went live on radio, where in addition to airing the anthem, we also leveraged the popularity of RJ engagements and created a segment called Unstoppables. The segment recognized and celebrated passionate individuals who were determined to crack it.
Hi, good evening. It's now time to learn about our Unstoppable for today. And one such Unstoppable is Ravi. Unacademy supports such Unstoppables in achieving their dreams.
Listeners were also asked to nominate Unstoppables from their social circles. The winners were awarded free Unacademy subscriptions. The outcome? The campaign was an incredible success. The Let's Crack It anthem exceeded 50 million views across platforms. Campaign reach was over 52 million, a whopping 1,142% increase in brand conversations, 40% increase in brand search, 20% increase in first-time app installations. But the true winners were our students who got the best to become the best. Now, that's a campaign that deserves an A+.
Yes, so we successfully launched a multimedia campaign that spoke to both the parents and the students and addressed their individual concerns on touchpoints that they frequented. This was a campaign of many firsts. The first ever brand anthem to be performed live at an award show, the Star Screen Awards. We went above and beyond the regular integration on TV and created an intricate dance performance choreographed and performed by the contestants of Dance Plus, another first. And finally, we not only associated with TED Talk India for their tech-themed Season 2, but created a fully customized additional episode on educational technology to build credibility and demystify the category. So, did we manage to meet our objectives? We were able to drive awareness at scale with campaign reach across TGs at 52 million and over 1,000% increase in brand conversations. We achieved 40% increase in brand search and 20% increase in app installations. And finally, the best results was knowing that we were able to inspire, motivate, and support students to crack their exams. The feedback from them speaks for itself. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjali.
Thank you.
Smita, can you call out Manas' presentation details?
Yes, sure. I'll repeat. Moving on to the last presentation of this section, entry ID 3802 Median, Goqii, India Steps Challenge, India Health Quiz. I'll repeat, entry ID 3802, over to Median.
Yeah. Hi, Smita. Thank you. Hi.
Manas, just give us 1 moment. Let's let jury complete the scoring for that entry so that you can start the presentation.
Thank you.
Jury members, please let us know once you're done scoring for these two entries, the previous entries. Yes, you can start the presentation, Manas.
Okay.
Your time starts now. All the best.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Manas Mishra. Today I present a case study on behalf of Goqii, and the campaigns are India Steps Challenge and India Health Quiz. What comes to your mind when I say healthcare? Back in 2019, average Indians had a typical answer to it. Hospitals, doctors and medicines. Nothing positive about it, right? From the land of yoga, pranayama and wellness to the lifestyle disease capital of the world, how did we get here? And the statistics are shocking. 61% deaths because of non-communicable diseases. 1 in 10 Indians is a diabetic, hypertension, cardiac ailments, obesity. The list is long. It was time we did something as a nation. Fit India was launched in August 2019 by PM Modi.
Manas, your screen is not shared.
Sorry?
You haven't shared the screen.
Oh, is it? You didn't see any?
You want to start it once again?
Yeah, please, but just 1 moment. I thought I had shared the screen.
Manas, how are you?
I am good, thank you. Hi, Vipin.
Hi.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes. You can put the screen on full screen mode.
Yeah. Can you see it now?
Yes, you can start it once again.
You can put your video on, Manas.
Yeah, just 1 moment, please. Actually, we are trying to conserve the bandwidth in case the video stalls. So if it is okay, I will put the video on after the presentation. Is that okay?
Bipin sir, actually, video, if Manas has very low bandwidth, so
No, I understand. Let him go ahead, please. Manas, please start presenting. Forget the video.
Okay, thank you. So, okay. Hi, good afternoon. This is Manas Mishra. Today I present a case study on behalf of Goqii, and the campaigns are India Steps Challenge and India Health Quiz. What comes to your mind when I say healthcare? Back in 2019, average Indians had a typical answer to it. It is hospitals, doctors, medicines. Nothing positive about it, right? From the land of yoga, pranayama and wellness to the lifestyle disease capital of the world, how did we really get here? And the statistics is just shocking. 61% of non-communicable diseases, 1 in 10 Indians is diabetic. Hypertension, cardiac ailments, obesity, the list is long and the statistics shocking. It was time we did something as a nation. Fit India was launched in August 2019 by PM Modi.
आज भारत में डायबिटीज, हाइपरटेंशन जैसी अनेक लाइफस्टाइल डिसीज बढ़ती जा रही है। जो लाइफस्टाइल डिसीज हो रही है, लाइफस्टाइल डिसऑर्डर की वजह से टेक्नोलॉजी ने हमारी ये हालत कर दी है कि हम चलते कम है और वही टेक्नोलॉजी हमें गिन गिन के बताती है कि आज आप इतने स्टेप्स चले, अभी 5000 स्टेप नहीं हुए, 2000 स्टेप नहीं हुए। हम लाइफस्टाइल बदल के उसमें बदलाव करके उसको ठीक भी कर सकते हैं। इन बदलावों के लिए देश को प्रेरित करने का नाम ही फिट इंडिया मूवमेंट है।
Fit India is a fitting response to this crisis. And it's all about a proactive intervention for preventive healthcare. Our analysis told us, and this is a significant amount of analysis we did on the TGI data, that there are 70 million urban Indians who are diet conscious, health conscious, and fitness conscious. And this is a segment that is out there that brands can tap. So Goqii actually began with an insight that devices and supplements don't build health. A coach or an expert does. And correct interpretation of the myriad data and the correct use of technique leads to health benefits. So that's where taking the coach to the millions is the secret sauce, and Goqii used technology to do that. So these are coaches available to the consumers through the Goqii app, videos every day. But we needed the benefits of the coach, of the experts, the benefit of the ecosystem to be realized only through the experience of the app. How do you do that when awareness of the brand was near zero in Jan 2019? We needed an app to be downloaded, regular app usage, and only then would you get the experience, right? So we conceived two gamified prize-winning app download cum app usage programs and amplified them through mass and digital media. So the first was India Steps Challenge. India Steps Challenge invited the health conscious to start their health journey by downloading the app, walking 6,000 steps every day for 100 days, and win 40,000 plus prizes worth 5 crores. It's a win-win for everybody. And we then awarded this after a multi-agency pitch to Network 18. 1.4 lakh seconds, 100 plus pieces of content, 19 channels including Colors and Network 18, 450 million notifications, celebrity bites from ministers to sportsmen to all celebrities, doctors. ISC was a huge success. IHQ, India Health Quiz, invited the health conscious to download the app, answer Akshay Kumar's questions during Goqii play coaching sessions, and win 50,000 plus prizes. Times of India Group was the winner of this. And anchor promos, coach interviews, celeb calls for participation, jacket ads, ministers, celebrities, sportsmen, film stars, all of them again amplified this. And this is an ad.
एक बढ़िया हेल्थ टिप मिली है कोच।
सबसे पहले केला लो,
लिया,
उसके बाद उसे छीलो,
छिल दिया,
उसके अंदर का केला फेंक दो,
फेंक दिया,
उसके बाद केले का छिलका खा जाओ, उससे मोटापा कम होकर 6 पैक प्रकट होंगे। ऐसे कई लोग हैं जो फेक हेल्थ टिप्स पे विश्वास करते हैं। गधे मत बनो। हेल्दी बनना है तो कुछ सही देखो और सही सीखो। गोकी ऐप पर मेरे और लीडिंग हेल्थ कोचेस के वीडियोस देखो। इंडिया हेल्थ क्विज खेलो और करोड़ों रुपए के प्राइजेस जीतो। आज ही ऐप डाउनलोड करो और गोकी खिलाड़ी बनो।
So these videos actually summarize.
The challenge was to take 6,000 steps a day for 100 days. The India Steps Challenge. Our mentors encouraged each one to take that step towards a healthier lifestyle. We created videos with Network 18 anchors on how they kept themselves fit and promoted it on TV.
मैंने तो इंडिया स्टेप्स चैलेंज ले लिया, अब आपकी बारी है.
Digital and social media. The campaign made waves everywhere. Its largest network.
There's no better feeling in the world than being healthy.
I'm extremely kicked about this challenge called India Steps Challenge.
I urge each and every one of you to walk 6,000 steps a day for 100 days.
And I guarantee you, you'll be a lot healthier. Good luck.
Let's all do this. Ab chalega India.
Not just that, we went a step further to amplify the India Steps Challenge through advertorials, digital banners, and much more. We reached every Indian.
With an aim to make India healthier, Goqii and Times Network joined hands to present the India Health Quiz.
Being healthy and fit is utmost important for everyone. One must do everything to remain fit at all times.
Along with support from the government, Times Network's editorial might gave its support to this mega initiative.
We at the Times Network fully support Goqii's initiative to make India healthy and wise.
With the Goqii India Health Quiz initiative,
with an aim to create public awareness and equip each and every Indian with the right facts and information.
आ गए आप लोग एकदम रेडी हो करोड़ों की प्राइज जीतने के लिए तो चलो मेरे साथ खेलेंगे Goqii India Health Quiz.
The aim was to guide people on improving their health through a fun and easy format, a health quiz.
We at Times Network fully support Goqii's initiative
to make India healthy and wise through India Health Quiz 2019.
Get correct health advice from verified health experts on the Goqii app.
Ab healthy banega India.
Times Network kept the conversation going and a special daily health capsule with leading experts and health influencers. 90 days of mega promotion on television, massive outreach on print media, exhaustive FM radio plan, unmissable digital plan with Times Internet. Goqii India Health Quiz. Healthy Banega India.
ISC delivered 1.8 million, 18 lakh app downloads, 60% of which were referrals. I'm walking, I'm telling my family and my friends, you should also walk and win prizes, and it's anyway good for you. IHQ delivered 1.7 million app downloads, and brand keyword search volumes went up significantly, 45% and 75% respectively. A masterclass in app downloads. 2019 ended with Goqii becoming the only private sector partner, and even till date, it is the only private sector partner to Fit India. Thank you.
Thank you, Manas.
Thank you. I'll just try to put the video on.
Bipin sir, we are done with all the presentations.
I'm going on board now. Okay. Hi. So we are done with presentations, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, presenters. Thank you, jury members. Thank you for your time. You have actually devoted time twice because you have also come here prepared, going through the PDFs, going through the videos, and once again, devoting time. I think it is much appreciated, respected. Thank you. Since we have done this presentations for the first time online, this historically actually Emvies has two events. I call case study presentation an event by itself, and then the award ceremony. So normally it was held at the V School at an auditorium, but this is the first time. In fact, we were compelled to hold it on online because of COVID. Otherwise, had circumstances been normal, we would have held it once again in person. But I would request you to please express on your experience of doing it online and how was it managed, the time management and the way in which it moved forward. Can you please let me know, because we finished sharp at 1. So that was the time allocated. So what you have to say, I mean, your candid expression, whatever you want to say. Can I request the judges to express, please? Anybody can go first.
I am a bit short of time, so I'm just taking the liberty to go first. This is Swati here. And so having been part of both the offline version in the past and the online version this time, I thought the online version is actually better. It allows us to, couple the entry presentation with the notes that have already been put up for us. And I think that makes for richer judgment and, overall, I think the judging is better. So I prefer this format. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay.
We only have Sriram Padmanabhan jury on over here right now, sir.
Okay. Mr. Padmanabhan, you would like to say something? Okay, I think so. That's fine. No problem. No issues.